somewhere in England, in a hotel room he wasn't allowed to leave. An 18-year-old plugged an Amazon Fire Stick into a hotel room TV. He wasn't a Rockstar employee, he didn't have a dev kit or a security clearance or an office badge. He had a keyboard, a mouse and a stolen set of Slack credentials. Within hours, he'd broken into the most secretive game studio on Earth and leaked 90 videos of a game the world didn't even officially know existed yet. That night didn't just leak a few video clips, it rewrote Rockstar's entire release strategy and helped to accidentally build the internet's most accurate unofficial map in gaming history and set off a chain reaction that's still shaping GTA 6 4 years later. This is the story of how one teenager with a Fire Stick changed the biggest video game ever made. To even begin to understand how much damage that one teenager caused, you need to understand how tightly Rockstar was controlling the narrative up until that point. Grand Theft Auto 5 had come out back in September 2013. While it quietly sold over 230 million copies, in the background Rockstar poured everything into Red Dead Redemption 2, which shipped in 2018 and sold 85 million copies of its own. Red Dead Redemption 2 wasn't just a detour, it was the incubation lab. Every animation system, every weather engine, every strand of NPC behaviour Rockstar tested was designed to eventually be poured into one thing, the next Grand Theft Auto. By February 2022, Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two, finally confirmed on an earnings call that the next GTA was in active development. One sentence, one trailer, no name, no date. Rockstar's plan, we know now, was to stay almost completely silent until late 2024 or maybe even 2025 before revealing anything at all. They had a plan and they had total control. They had that for exactly 7 more months. His name was Aryan Kotaj, 18 years old, from Oxford, England, and already a person of interest to the police as a member of Lapsus, a hacking collective that already torn through Microsoft, Nvidia, Samsung and Uber. He was at that exact moment he hacked Rockstar, sitting in a hotel room under police surveillance for those earlier crimes. That should have rendered him harmless. Instead, using nothing but a hotel TV, a keyboard and a mouse, and an Amazon Fire Stick, he socially engineered his way into a Rockstar employee Slack account. From there, he found his way into the internal development servers holding the unreleased content for Grand Theft Auto 6. On September the 18th, 2022, under the username Teapot Uber Hacker, he posted download links to over 90 separate files on GTA forums. These were raw, internal, unfinished development footage, debug builds, early animation tests, unpolished dialogue, a rough police and NPC system, and first ever look at 2 protagonists later revealed as Lucia and Jason. It spread faster than anyone could contain it. Within hours, it was mirrored to YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, faster than Take-Two's legal team could file takedown notices. It's still considered one of the biggest leaks in video game history, and it happened before Rockstar even confirmed the game's name. Here's a detail that makes it even stranger. Before he leaked anything, Kotaj reportedly tried to extort Rockstar directly for $4 million, demanding payment to keep it quiet. They refused, so he dumped it all anyway, seemingly out of pure spite. Rockstar's public statement the very next day was almost unnervingly calm. A network intrusion has occurred, and an authorized third party had accessed and downloaded confidential data, and they didn't expect it to disrupt live services or long-term development. Publicly, total composure. Privately, a total loss of control over a story they spent years planning to tell on their own terms. Here's another strange detail. Kotaj wasn't a free agent operating from the shadows. Police already had him. What happened to him next, and what the court eventually decided he even was, turns this from a hacking story into something much, much darker. Most people don't know when Kotaj hacked Rockstar back in September 2022. He wasn't a free man hiding somewhere untraceable. Police already arrested him once, back in January the same year, alongside an unnamed 17-year-old accomplice. They released him on bail. Then, in March 2022, he was arrested again, and this time placed under police protection at a travel lodge for his own safety after Lapsus associates allegedly threatened him. He was arrested for the Rockstar hack almost immediately afterwards, but the case that followed wasn't a normal trial. Psychiatrists examined Kotaj and found he had severe autism, so significant that the doctors ruled him unfit to stand trial in a conventional sense. The judge couldn't ask the jury whether he was guilty, only whether he had, in fact, committed the acts. In August 2023, after a 6-week trial at Southwark Crown Court, the jury found he had 12 offences in total, including blackmail, fraud, and multiple charges under the UK Computer Misuse Act. Then came the sentencing, and this is a twist nobody saw coming. Rather than prison, Judge Patricia Lee handed down an indefinite hospital order under the UK's Mental Health Act. Courtage would remain confined to a secure psychiatric hospital for life, or until doctors certified he was no longer a danger to the public, whichever came first. And the reason the judge gave wasn't just about the crimes already committed. A mental health assessment carried out during his custody found that Courtage remained highly motivated, and he had told doctors he intended to return to cybercrime as soon as possible. Prosecutors also revealed he'd been violent while in custody, racking up dozens of reports of injury and property damage. The judge said his skills combined with his stated desire to keep hacking made him a continued risk to the public, so a hospital order, not release, was the only reasonable outcome. Rockstar told the court the Firestick hack alone cost them $5 million to recover from, on top of the thousands of hours of staff time. His defense team actually tried to argue the opposite, that because GTA 6's eventual trailer had been such a massive success, the leak hasn't caused any real lasting harm. The judge rejected that outright, pointing to the real victims across Uber, Revolut, and everyone else Lapsus had targeted. Earlier this month, in July 2026, Courtage was released from psychiatric hospital and is awaiting retrial. Here's an interesting consequence of the hack. Courtage's leak didn't just show footage, it showed debug coordinates, raw positional data visible in the background of the leaked clips, meant only for the developers' eyes. Within weeks, a community of amateur cartographers at GTA forums started doing something nobody asked them to do, plotting those coordinates against landmarks visible in the footage, piece by piece, building an unofficial map of the state Rockstar hasn't even named yet. When Trailer 1 finally dropped over a year later, fans matched buildings from that trailer directly against the coordinates plotted from Courtage's leaks, and they lined up. By 2026, that same community-built map was being cited as roughly 80% accurate against everything Rockstar has since confirmed, stretching from Vice City's urban core down to the swamps of Gator Keys. The hack's real damage wasn't the footage itself, it was what it did to Rockstar's plan. Remember, internally, they weren't supposed to say anything substantial until 2024 or even 2025. Courtage forced them into reactive mode years ahead of schedule, and the pattern repeated. December 2023, Rockstar finally schedules the real official Trailer 1. Less than 16 hours before release, it leaks again. A lower quality, watermarked version flooded the internet before Rockstar's own version ever did. This time, instead of losing control the way they did in 2022, they adapted. They simply dropped the real trailer early, rather than let a leaked copy define that moment. Through 2024 and 2025, Rockstar went quiet again, but this time, the leak had trained the entire internet to go looking for anything that hinted at what was coming. Patent hunters started combing the US Patent Office and found what reads like a wish list for the most technically ambitious open-world game ever attempted. A dual-layer NPC navigation system factoring in traffic, weather, even personality traits like aggression and caution. A character locomotion patent using data-driven animation building blocks, so an injured character walking in the rain moves differently to a fresh one on a sunny day. A patent hinting that a majority of Leonida's buildings could be procedurally generated and fully enterable. None of this proves every feature will ship. Studios patent experimental tech constantly. By 2025, Rockstar was operating in a completely different environment to the one they'd planned back in early 2022, one shaped in no small part by the leak they never wanted. May 2025 brings Trailer 2, more confirmation, more of Leonida, and then the delays start. The release date of fall 2025 slips to May 2026. Then May 26 slips again to November 19th, 2026, landing the same week as reports of 30 to 40 layoffs at Rockstar's UK studio, which the company insists were unrelated, tied instead to staff allegedly leaking confidential information internally. Given everything that came before, you can understand why fans didn't truly buy the explanation. Then CEO Strauss Zelnick let slip in an interview that November 19th sat about 18 months behind the original date, which, doing the maths, points to an original target of spring 2025, not fall 2025 like fans assumed, spring, which means that the public experienced as 2 delays was really the tail end of at least 3, the first of which had almost certainly already happened quietly behind closed doors, not long after the hotel room hack blew Rockstar's original plan apart. Strip away everything else, and this is a story about how little control even the biggest gaming studio on earth actually has once one determined teenager gets the right set of stolen credentials. Arian Cottage never worked a single day at Rockstar Games. He never touched a single line of code that shipped. And yet, the map fans use today, the timeline Rockstar was forced to rush, the 18-month gap between the game was planned and the game we're getting, all of this tracks back to one night, one hotel room, and one Amazon Fire Stick. November 19th, 2026. 4 years since that leak. 13 years since GTA 5. The only question left is whether the game that everyone's been building in their heads since the hacker showed them a glimpse of the game actually lives up to it. Let's wait and see. Mr. SideQuest Capital, over and out.